We are live. I am 5 minutes late. Awesome. Not what I really wanted to do this morning, but that is the way it is sometimes. Let's get some music going here. Hang on, let me get my. I hit every single red light possible this morning. Let's see. What am I doing here? Nope, that's the wrong account. I'm feeling a little discombobulated, which is funny. I felt more together yesterday morning on no sleep. Let's see what I want here. I want this. Get that music going. And yeah, we'll do this one. Why not? There we go. Okay. Alright, we have music going. We have lights, we have cameras, we have bitchin' technology. Good morning, folks. Hope you had a nice night of sleep on this Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023, of the Common Era. So what we're doing today is first thing I gotta do is I'm gonna have to step away for 2 seconds while it's time for me to replace my paper in this. I've run out of space. We're doing dry brushing. I don't want to mess all this up. So stand by for just 1 second while I take care of this. Okay, there we go. I wanted to replace the paper in this because, hey, where'd my, oh, here they are. Still trying to get my whole situation together here. It's getting there. I think I'm like 65% of the way there. Come on, give me one piece. I just need the one piece. And I'm wondering, is there a right side to this? I don't know. So we're going to put that there. We're going to hold it down and hope it doesn't wrinkle up. And it's going to wrinkle up no matter what. There it goes. I feel like I need like a credit card or a piece of plastic or something to smooth that down to keep it from wrinkling up, so I can get the most out of that space. Okay. Get a little coffee or chai. Chai latte. And my hope is that this morning, or later today actually, my switch this up here. There we go. My hope is that this morning, or later today, excuse me, blah, the I know it's out for delivery, the thing. Man, words. Oh, the power supply for my light will show up, and I'll be able to work on that later today. And all right, but today we have this guy. We're going to dry brush the Anointed. This one's been a fun one to paint. My favorite so far, I think, has been, I know before I'm thinking about this, let's see. That's not what I want. View your stream in a web browser? No. No. Now, while I'm thinking... I'll have to figure that out. I forgot. I need to set up an alert so that way, if people tune in, I can actually see. All right, we're dry brushing the Anointed. I think this has been my second favorite to paint so far. My first, I think, has been the Heavy Gunner. I really like how the Heavy Gunner turned out. I like the 3D print. Oh, I don't want to do that. I like how the 3D printed bullet casings turned out. I think the shading turned out really nice. There's a lot of nice detail on that one. So, but now we're working on this guy here. So I need to start getting some highlights on here. So where do we want to start here? I'm going to start, I think. I'm going to start with that demon hand, I think. And for that, I want to use not tanned flesh. I think I'm going to use medium flesh on that one. I'm going to start with this demon hand. I've got my little rag here so I can wipe things off. I do think I need to get a smaller dry brush, which also means I'm rapidly outgrowing my little storage thing here with my army painter deal. Rapidly outgrowing everything, but that's fine. It's probably a little too much right there. Medium flesh tone. We'll see how that works. Okay. Caffeinate a little bit here. Man, okay. Excuse me. I'm just checking real quick. I won't do it here. I just want to make sure the tweet went out. Then I'm live. And we'll see what happens. Let me make sure that happened. Let's go to my profile. Yep, there we go. All right. Okay, so that's on. Okay, so we're going to get some of this. Medium flesh. I'm definitely toning that down. We don't need that much of it. Eventually, we'll get my dry brushing game on point. Make sure that's. I get surprised by it. Like I think I have it all off, and then I'll find like one little section. Or I won't have enough. That's always been my issue. I can never seem to get the right amount of paint on the brush for dry brushing. See, I either have too much. Or not enough. I'm not picking up anything here. Let's get a little bit more on the brush here. Part of it also just may not be my brushing technique. And I'm just not. This isn't helping me today. I don't think I got a good grip on my guy. Okay, so we have this. Let's get a little paint. Dry brushing is the part that always scares me. I truly get scared. Because I feel like it's a really easy way to mess it up. And I tend to, like I said, I always tend to get too much paint on the brush, I feel. You see, that's not what I want. That's not. I don't feel like it's picking up the edges very well. I really can't see if it's picking up. Maybe it's not light enough. I tell you what, I mean, I kind of like the orange in there because it kind of gives it kind of like a boogerish crustiness. But I think I'm going to switch this up for Pale Flesh. The Whiz Kids. Oh, it is by Vallejo. Huh. How about that? So maybe I like this more than I thought I did. Or maybe it's a different formulation than what they do in their normal paints. I don't know. So yeah, I think this is going to work better. It's much higher contrast. So I think this will work. Excuse me. So the plan today, do this. I've got a couple rover appointments first thing in the morning today. I did not get a chance to finish editing I got the pickups recorded for the audiobook project that I'm contracted to do. But I did not get a chance to finish editing. I'm about 80% of the way through. But I was falling asleep yesterday while I was doing it around 4:30, and I was like, you know what? And then I had a couple coaching appointments last night. I have a couple today. One? I think I have one today. Let's see if this works. Yeah, better. Trying to go real light here. Trying to go real light. I just want to pick up the edges. There we go. That's better. Nope. Let's get in there. Come on, pick up that edge there. There we go. There we go. I like that much better. There we go. Much better. Much better. Much better. Okay, I like that. Okay, so there we go. We got a little demon claw there. Good stuff. I gotta figure out how to zoom this camera in, I think. Alright, so we got our demon claw. What's next? Obviously, I've got to do some light highlights on the armor. But before we get to that, I think I want to do the gold. Now, I've typically been using silver for this, but what I don't like is that the silver flecks and it gets all over the... yeah, the silver flecks. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to see... Let me do this here. Turn that off. Come on. There we go. Off. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to come over to the... not Wapedia. That's what I want. So what I'm sure most people know about this. It's new to me, though. Is that when you go to the Games Workshop site, it actually gives you the paint formulas. And it's using Stormhost Silver. So maybe the trick is I just go lighter on it. Where are my metallics? My metallics. Silver. Here we go. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. so we're going to try this one out here. Now we're going to come over to silver. So, and yeah, I'm going to get, I got to get some more posts up about, I got a webinar I'm doing on Sunday. And I definitely have to get them scheduled, because I want to help promote that. I'm doing Intro to ACX. All right, let's see. Through Edge Studio. I think I definitely need to get a different dry brush though. Where does that paint come from? I think I get it all off, and then all of a sudden I get like nailed. There's so much on there. There we go. Get off. There we go. Okay. Let's get those edges. So I got to get that squared away today. And this is where I need a smaller dry brush to get into those little corners right there. There we go. Get this guy here. This is where having a real dark color rag, I think, would come in very handy. All right. I like how that's picking up, and it doesn't make it flecking as much. I'm going a little bit lighter on my strokes than I usually do. I think that's helping. I definitely think that's helping. I'm going to worry about the face later. Just want to get those edges. I think I'm going to get the face with just whatever color I do the armor in. And I'm trying to go in one direction, as in how the light would actually see. There it's flicking. I'm not wild about that. Not wild about that, but it is what it is. But it is picking up the edges. It's subtle. I'm not a fan of the normal highlighting. I say normal, like the standard kind of like every edge has that little like glowish look. I'm not really wild about it. I don't know why. I just think it just, I mean, it looks cool. He's not for me. All right, let's get you. Polish those guys up. Okay, now I think we're just going to do the armor. We might actually base this today. No. No, I have to do some searching around in my sprues. The idea is that I want to put a couple footprints, a little like bloody footprints in the snow, like he's chasing someone. He's tracking someone down. Alright, what are we doing for... Let's see, what do they have for the black armor? I might need to... The only problem with how they have it set up... Oh, there we go. Dawnstone. So they're using another gray, but they're using like a darker gray. Blue gray, neutral gray. Not black. I think we'll use this. Let's see how this works. We'll see how this works. Right there. Trying to keep some semblance of order with the paint. Sounds like a kid was just trying to cross the street or something without paying attention. It gets a little nuts across the street in the mornings and in the afternoons with the kids being dropped off for school. Alright, let's see. Let's see, there's still so much paint on there. There we go. Okay. How it's picking up that edge. Yeah, picking up those edges nicely. But this is where I think a smaller one would help. This is where I think a smaller getting in there. I think would be extraordinarily helpful. How the gun's turning out. And that gauntlet. I like that color. Yeah, I'm liking that. It's picking up the edges real nice. I like that. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot, actually. Very, very much. I really like how this little side satchel turned out. I'm super, super pleased with that. A happy accident. Nice little Bob Ross moment there. Alright, let's get the front here. Let's get this. Go. Okay, I'm kind of pleased with how quickly that came together. Let's get the horns. Definitely get the horns. It's gonna be real subtle, I think, with them. But it's working. I'm getting buzzed. Nah. Nothing important. Okay. Anyway. Alright, one last thing that I need to do, and I don't think this is the brush for it. I need to use a smaller brush, is I need to put some dry brushing on this little skull that's right by his foot that has a giant exit wound in the back of, in the front, or it has an entrance wound in the front. exit wound in the back. And I think for this, see, I've got a glaze that's smoked, but I don't think that's right. I think this is just going to be a black. We'll see how this works. And I've got a small brush that's a little messed up, a detailed brush that's a little jacked. So I think that'll be the one we use for that. This the one? Let me see. Is this the one? Yeah, I think that'll work. It's kind of jacked up. I don't want this to be too much. I just want to catch the edge and put like a little scorch mark back here. And it's a skull, so I don't think there's a need for like brain matter. I think that'd be a bit much. It's a skull. It's been there for a minute. Let's get the front here. This one's gonna be a little bit more challenging, I think. Either get this super tiny. Like I said, this brush is kind of borked, so I don't mind using it for like this, where I'm going to be really messing with it. I just want to get like the semblance of a scorch mark around it. There we go. There we go. I kind of like that. Cool. All right. So that went more quickly than I thought it was going to go. So, turn this off so I can get a better view of it. I think this guy might be done. As far as like I have to still base it. I know I have to do that. That's a whole other thing. I'll probably do that tomorrow. We'll put that on tomorrow's to do. But let me switch views here. I think if I do this, come on. Come on. I don't know why it won't focus. Yeah. I don't know why it's refusing to focus on. There we go. I think he's done. I like the highlighting. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, you know what I do want to do? Hang on. Let me get these back on. I know what I want to do. Oh! Awesome. As I crash my whole thing down around my head, there is one thing I do want to do. I want to get the glistening blood from Army Painter. Basically a nice, vibrant, high gloss red. Oh, yeah. Once I get the light fixed, I'm gonna zip tie the cable up there. Okay. What I want to do we'll grab my dry brush for this, is I want to give just a little bit, just a hint, right at the tips, Actually, it would go this way. Somehow be the opposite of the light. There we go. I like that. Gave him a little blood on the claws there. There we go. Put a little blood underneath, I think. Yeah. There we go. That's what I wanted. Cool. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. The magnifier drops out of this every now and then. So I'm calling that one done. So once I base him, once he gets based, I need to, I've got some nameplates. I printed out 2 nameplates yesterday. Well, I tried to print out 4 or 5 of them, I think. 3 of them did not turn out for some reason. 2 of them I know because the lettering wasn't lined up properly, so the printer couldn't print it. And one of them just didn't take for some reason. I don't know why. What the heck that is? Oh, shut up. Here we go. That's helping, I'm sure. I think I need to get another screw into this thing just to secure the bottom of it to the wall. Again, project for later. I gotta get a nameplate on this guy and a few of the other ones. I need to base this one. I need to fix the base on another one that I did something with. And then I need to seal 1, 2, 3 of them. And then I'll have my basic, this here. Watch, I can just do this. Ta-da! This here will be my initial fire team for kill team. Actually, let me realign this the correct way so it makes a little bit more sense. So we have for the Legionaries, for the Black Legion, as I've been reading. Hang on. We get a leader plus 5. The leader can either be the chosen or the aspiring champion. So I chose the aspiring champion because I wanted to use the power fist. Because I think that was kind of cool. I like his moveset. I think I will end up painting that. I mean, I'm going to paint all of them eventually. But now I can actually like legit have a legionary team out there. So we have him. We have the Butcher. Power Axe. We have the Shrive Talon. Obviously, this is a very melee heavy team. Shrive Talon. We have the Balefire Acolyte, who's the Psyker on the team. We have the Heavy Gunner. I'm still really happy with how he turned out. And here we have the Anointed. My thought process was, it's a very melee heavy team, kind of, everyone should be danger close. And everyone can get danger close. The Heavy Gunner does provide a little covering fire, I feel. That way I don't have to be up on top of every single piece. That way I can get some distance. And if I remember, the Balefire Acolyte can actually do some things to help bolster everyone else. Yeah, there's some cool things that can really make these guys start attacking relentlessly. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how these guys fare. Obviously, versus a team like the Tau, versus a team like the Void Scarred, maybe they wouldn't fare as well because the Corsairs are so quick. They can move so quickly, a lot more ranged, and the Tau, between the drones and just their striking capability, just distant ranged capabilities, might be able to even that playing field. But in a boarding action, these guys would tear it up. So I'm looking forward to trying them out. So yeah, I'm gonna wait until I get everything based, and then I'll post some photos, and then I'm hoping to get a game together in the next few weeks with some friends. So, So, yeah, we'll base it tomorrow. I have an idea. I think that'll work. I think it'll look cool if it works. So we'll put you back. Back there. I'm still very happy with that heavy gunner. Okay, so we have accomplished that, and we still have 20 more minutes to chat. I say us as if anyone else is here. It's just me, but that's okay. So what are we going to do here? Besides enjoy my chai. Here's what we're going to do. So here I'm going to change up to Tinkercad. Why is this not? There we go. I don't know. Oh, because it was trying to go to that. Oh, anyway. So this here is Tinkercad. And these are the nameplates that I've printed out, or I've made. These are the 3 that didn't print yesterday. So I'm going to try printing these out maybe later today, because then I have to prime them and print them and do all that stuff. So we'll get around to that. But that's not what we're going to do right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new design. Okay. Boom. Work plane. And I'm going to change. I always change this out of perspective to flat view, because even when I'm like dead on top of things, it provides a little perspective, which is cool 3D wise, but it makes it, at least in my head, it makes it really hard to kind of suss out the relationship of where things are to each other. I want just a top down view. I want that. But what I would like to do is to make I want to make stat trackers for my D&D team, my D&D players, because they will be coming home from college in a couple of weeks. We're going to be doing a live game, and I would like to be able to give that to them. So I'm going to try to find a good reference. And who do I want to use? I'm going to look up these guys. Do they have that? Maybe they don't. Let's see. Let's see if this is what I want. Maybe. I kind of want to see. Not really wild about that. That's kind of a bit much. I'm just looking at examples here. I mean, it's neat looking. It seems like a bit much, though. Yeah, I'm not wild about that one. Let's see. I thought these guys made these. Let's see. No. Okay, so let's do this. We'll just do an image search then. Let's see. D&D stat tracker. I've seen some neat ones. I don't want the PDF. Let's see. Maybe I won't be designing these today. Because it's dawning on me, I'm definitely going to need to figure out what needs to be tracked for each class. So I think I need to have a better idea of what's going to happen there. So, change of plans. What we're going to do instead, so where is it? I made these. I'll bring it back to this. So I made that. So when you get the Tau drones, they look very nice. You get 3 different drones there, and they come on these little deals here, so they're flying around, and it gives the illusion of just floating around. That was my little hovering noise, and a nice little clear deal on the bottom. But the problem is, one, no weight to this, and as you know, even though a circle is a very stable object, it's also really easy to knock these things over. And we don't want to do that because, one, don't want things to break. It's got little knobbly bits that can break, and it can disrupt other things. I like to have a little weight in the bottom it just feels better. But 2, putting magnets in the bottom. I like putting magnets in the bottom. Why? Because then I have these storage deals where, like I was just showing you, and you can kind of see, it's basically just a metal bar that I've bolted into a piece of wood. And this allows me to store them safely there without worrying about them falling off. And it allows me to move, so when I want to go play downstairs, I can just take out the team that I want and move it down and not worry about taking 1 at a time or 2. It's more efficient. And when it comes to traveling with them, I feel like I've seen a lot of people use magnets as a means of securing things, in addition to using foam. So that was the idea. But you can't do that with these because you have this, and it's not very thick. And while, yeah, I might be able to get in there with a pin vise, which is definitely a possibility, it's got a little molding mark right there. And there's a hole right there. So I really don't have much to drill into right in the center. So it's either I drill into this and mess up its ability to connect, which I think would make this structurally weak. So that's not a good choice. I could take this, make a mold, and make it a single piece. That's a possibility, and I have room to drill. That's a lot of work, though. Or I could maybe offset it, but then you're going to see that magnet through there. So what I did instead is I made this guy. So what all it is it's a disc that has a little cutout right in here, 2 magnets there, and a magnet in the bottom, and it snaps together. So it's very secure. And then all we do is the base fits into that little ring right there. So now I can hold it upside down, and boom. And now I have a nice way of storing it. You could even play with it this way, and makes it easier to transport. So that's what I made. But a friend of mine, the Viking Goat, Ivan Martino, had some good ideas for how to change this up. So I'm actually going to open up that project. I'm going to look at the plans that he sent me. I gotta find out about that. My brother will be in town, it looks like, in June, doing fireworks. No, these are not, this is not what I thought it was. This is for, I'm making little tokens for, where is it? That's a design. Oh, here we go. That's what I want. Now, the one thing I will say about this, I'm really loving using Tinkercad. It's been super, super fun to use. But for some reason, I feel like maybe the dimensions that you see when you're seeing it on the screen here, let me bring it up for you. I'm not really wild about it. Did that actually... Anyway. Because when you look at this, you can see kind of how thick it is, and you look here on the screen, and it looks way thicker. So this has been a little deceptive at times for how the finished product will actually print out. Eso sí que es. But the idea, and I'm looking here, and the trick will be figuring out how to also print this, make it print. Let me bring up, nope, that's not what I want. I want this, I want this. Let's see. So he's saying one magnet, that magnet would have to go all the way through to the bottom though. So the idea that Yvonne is sharing with me, and actually let me put this guy away. I'll include him with my other drones there. I don't have to keep him here anymore. You go up here. And you move over here, you move over here, you move over there. There we go. Is that rather than having them just meet in the middle, having them overlap. Boom, boom. Having a lap joint with one magnet. The problem I see is that then there's nothing really keeping the two pieces together, because while it's sitting there, it would be fine. But there's nothing holding that second piece onto the first one. Get another drawing in here. That's that. See his other. I think it just needs. I think it needs two magnets. I really do. If we're going to do it that way. The other trick is how to get that to print properly. Because it's got an overhang and it doesn't print the right way. And if I flip it upside down, it could then affect the printing. It means the rest of it's not supported. So, and I don't know enough on how to do that properly. With all the overhanging pieces. So, yeah, I think I might just leave the design the way that it is for the time being. That's kind of where I'm at with this. And I think this is done. I'm just trying to think of all the different little things I have to do. This one is kind of, I need to glue this one together, I think. Maybe. So I've got a little stat tracker as well I made for Kill Team for keeping track of things. I think I need to pay attention to that though. I need to fix that. So there's a few things I need to tinker with, but I think that for the time being, I'm going to leave things be. I'm kind of happy with how things have turned out. Yeah. I'm going to call it a successful morning. I got the dry brushing done on that. I've got this Kill Team almost ready to go. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So what projects do I have coming up? I need to fix, I'm going to do that soldering. So depending on what time that gets there today, we'll get that squared away. So that's that. What else? What else? I've got it. I want to do those stat trackers. So I think maybe we'll design them tomorrow morning after we finish basing that guy. Oh, designing the Into the Dark terrain. That's the next big thing. And I'm debating. First I thought I was going to print everything, and I realized that was going to get expensive. Just for the amount that I would need. And time consuming. So my thought was to print some blanks, one of each. Print one wall, print one column, like one of each of the things that I would need for that. And then to actually cast it in silicone and use the resin that way. Because that, I think, is cheaper. I think. I'm going to have to think about that as well. I also just kind of want to practice, learn how to do that. I think that would be fun to figure out how to do. And yeah. So maybe. Because I think the silicone is only like, I looked it up the other day. Casting silicone. It looks like it's like $30 for the silicone kit. And the resin, I believe, was another $20 for the resin, and that's for clear cast, and I can always dye it. And I'm going to be painting it anyway, so it doesn't matter. So like $30, so I'm talking $60 versus 3D. Let's see, I look for the stuff I've already been using. Any cubic resin. Maybe I will just print it, because that's only going for like $15, and I can get quite a bit out of that. So maybe I will just end up 3D printing everything. But the trick I'm finding is that for it to work is that I need the hell? Oh, Canada only. That's a shame. They have a mystery box. I think that'd be kind of fun to get for $75, but only for Canada. And it wouldn't be worth me then having it shipped to a friend in Canada, who I have. I have some friends that live in Canada, and then having it shipped here, it wouldn't work. Too expensive. But man, see, the trick is I want to get them to connect. Resin printing does not allow for like snap tolerance. In other words, I can't make it where it will click into place, because resin is much more brittle than a filament printer does. So it has to be like a snug fit, and if I really want it secure, magnets or some kind of mechanical connection. I tried doing it with a mechanical connection. I did not like how finicky the tolerances were the way I had it set up. It doesn't allow for a lot of design tolerance and slight imperfections in the printing for it to work the way that I want it to work. So my thought is to do magnets, and I have an obsession with magnets. And my feeling is trying to figure out how to make that work in a good way. And I have a few ideas for how to make that work in a realistically plausible way that would be practical to put together. Meaning minimal work to make, minimal work to get everything to configure the way I want it to configure. So Maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little project list on the side here, I think, for the different ideas, because I think it's designing the terrain, and I think maybe that, let's see. Yeah, that's going to take, between that, designing the terrain's not going to take that much time. So, yeah, I think we're just going to leave it at that. Yeah. I'm liking this. I have a few ideas in my head that I'm going to sketch out. Anyway, it's 8:59, so I'm going to call it a morning as far as today's morning nerd Jawn goes. I'm going to finish my Starbucks. Still a little bit more to go. I have my walks. I've got a session today at 11 with a really fun student to work with. I really like working with this guy. This guy Mark, he's going to do well. He's already he's a working actor on stage, and it's been fun to see him translate that to voice. So I'm looking forward to working with him. He's always a very pleasant man to work with as well, which is always fun. Yeah. So yeah. I think I'm going to call it a morning. It's 9 o'clock. Everyone, and I say everyone kind of facetiously because no one tuned in, but maybe you'll see this video at some point. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. on the Morning Nerd.